Hello students. Today we are going to take a very important topic of grammar and I need all of your kind attention towards this topic. You must learn this as this is the very basis of English grammar. First of all, students, there are three types of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. And as you can see in your screen, each tense is divided into four parts. Similar type, every tense has similar type. Indefinite, present indefinite is there, past indefinite is there, and future indefinite. If we talk about continuous tense, present continuous tense is there, past continuous tense is there, future continuous tense is there, present perfect tense is there, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. First of all, we are going to start with present indefinite tense or simple present tense. Yes, as we are going to start with simple present tense, here are the three types of sentences. First of all, students, I would like to clear one thing. Positive sentences or simple sentences without any negative, without any questioning are called affirmative sentences. The structure is given in front of you of affirmative, first one. Thereafter we have negative sentences and also question or interrogative sentences. First one is affirmative sentences. The structure is in front of you: subject plus V1 or S or ES plus object. This is the structure of affirmative or simple sentence. Example is given in front of you: he plays football daily. Students, I would like to tell this thing that this is the most important tense in many of the competitive exams. Questions from present indefinite tense are being asked. First of all, I would like to tell you that there is no helping verb used in affirmative sentences of simple present tense. You just keep this thing in mind that in simple present tense affirmative sentences, only subject plus first form of verb plus object is used. And in this type of tense, I would like to elaborate, I would like to present subject, sorry beta एक minute. Okay, in this type of tense, subject plus V1 plus S or ES is also used. When it is used, I would like to present subject plus V1 plus S or ES is used with he, she, it, or singular noun. He, she, it. With he, she, it, or anything that is singular, we make use of subject plus V1 plus S or ES plus object. He plays football daily. As you can see on the screen, he plays football daily. With he, the verb is play. First form of verb is play, but with he, s is used. He plays, she plays. Likewise, singular, if we make use of singular pronoun like Mohan walks in the garden daily, Mohan goes for a walk daily. So, as I told you, with he, she, it, and singular, we make use of V1 plus S or ES. Otherwise, with rest, we only make use of first form of verb. As we can say, they play football daily. Rohan and his friends play football daily. I suppose affirmative sentences are clear to all of you. Now come to negative sentences. In negative sentences, we have two helping verbs, do and does. As I have just told you, with he, she, it, and singular, we make use of V1 plus S or ES. Likewise, in negative sentences where does is used where he, she, it, or any singular name is given. Like the example is in front of you, he does not play football daily. Rohan does not play football daily. She doesn't play football daily. I suppose this is clear. Now come to interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences structure is given in front of you. Do or does is used first of all, plus subject plus V1 plus object. I would like to make one thing very clear to all my dear students, that in do does, with do does, we don't make use of s or es with first form of verb. S or es is used only in affirmative sentences. In negative and interrogative sentences, this mistake is usually committed by students. In affirmative sentences only, V1 plus S or ES is used, and it is used with he, she, it, or any name. But in negative and affirmative sentences, we only make use of first form of verb. Does he play football daily? As the sentence is given in front of you, does he plays football daily is not given. I suppose this is clear to all of you, the structure of present indefinite tense. Now we are going to discuss the usage of the tense. Yes, students, the usage of present indefinite tense is given in front of you. First of all, it is used to express regular, habitual, or repeated action. Regular, habitual, or repeated action. Examples are given in front of you. He takes tea without sugar. It is the habit of the person. He usually comes here at night. He always comes here on Sunday. These express regular, habitual, or repeated action. The things which are in our habit, the things which we do regularly, we do repeatedly, we make use of or we express those things in present indefinite tense. Thereafter, I would like to explain one thing, that in present indefinite tense, the adverbs like always, often, sometimes, generally, usually, occasionally, rarely, seldom, never, hardly, scarcely, habitually, daily, every day, every night, every week, every month, once a day, once a week, once a year, once a month, twice a day, repeated or frequency showing words are used in present indefinite tense, twice a week, twice a month. I suppose first use of present indefinite is clear. Now move on to second use, to express universal truth, principle, or permanent activities, scientific truth. To express universal truth means the truth which cannot be changed, which is universally approved, principle, permanent activities, or scientific truth. Scientific truth, first of all, if I cite the example of scientific truth, water boils at 100 °C. Man is mortal, 2 and 2 makes 4. Man is mortal is a principle, a permanent activity, or we can say man is mortal is a general truth. Universal truth, 2 and 2 makes 4, general truth. And if we talk about universal truth, all of you know, sun revolves around, sorry, earth revolves around and all the planets revolves around sun, or as you all know. Now move on to next use, to express possession. This we have to keep in mind that this is the example of present indefinite tense. This pen belongs to me. He owns a big building. I have a car. Usually we when we heard this sentence, the last one, I have a car, we have four fans in our room, we have AC, I have this, I have that. Usually the students become confused. They mistake it as present perfect tense, looking at have or has, but I would like to clear, it shows possession. Wherever has or have shows possession, that someone has something, it is present indefinite tense. To express mental activity, emotions, or feelings. This is the next use of present indefinite tense. To express mental activity, emotions, and feelings, we make use of present indefinite tense. She trusts in him. I know that you cannot do this. I suppose this use is also clear. To next is to express fixed plan action, fixed plan future actions. This is also means usually the students don't consider that this is in present indefinite tense we can describe future action, but let me make one thing clear, that in present indefinite tense we can express future planned action, fixed plan action. Suppose the we can cite the college reopens in October, my brother returns tomorrow. I suppose this use is also clear to all of you. Now move on to next use. Present indefinite tense is used with exclamatory sentences beginning with here or there. Here comes the bus, there goes the bus, like this. Here comes the devil, here comes your friend, like this. To express author's statement, we make use of present indefinite tense to express the statements given by authors. Keats says, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." We can say Shakespeare says, "The world is a stage." Like, likewise. To express, next use is to express historical past events in a dramatic way. We make use of present indefinite tense also, yes, students, to express historical past events in a dramatic way. Like, at last, Ram kills Ravan, or Mumtaj, the beloved wife of Shah Jahan, asks him to build a monument after she passes away. We are describing these events, um, these historical events in present and definite tense in order to make it more interesting, in order to make it more dramatic. Thereafter, you must have heard, you must have listened to live commentaries. In live commentaries, we make use of present indefinite tense of games. Dravid runs after the ball, catches it, and throws it on the stumps. Live commentaries are used to describe, means in these live commentaries we make use of present indefinite tense only. Thereafter, I've one more use is left. Newspaper headlines. In newspaper headlines, we make use of present indefinite tense. Like, means whatever we can cite the examples like um, Chinese attacks Indian soldiers. Chinese attack Indian soldiers, although this event has not taken at the moment of speaking, but newspaper headlines are written in present indefinite tense. Thereafter comes the very important use of present indefinite tense, and it is in conditional sentences. Conditional sentences, students, many questions are being asked on conditional sentences. First of all, in conditional sentences, we have two types of clauses: principal and subordinate. Principal clause is the clause which does not start with any conjunction, and subordinate clause starts with certain definite conjunctions. Like if, when, before, after, till, until, unless, as soon as long as, in case, likewise. The sentence may start with subordinate clause, but I would like to tell you we have four conditionals: zero, first, second, and third. In first two conditions, present indefinite tense is used. In zero condition, the example is in front of you. If in zero condition, in principal as well as subordinate clause, in both the clauses present indefinite tense is used. In zero conditional, the ice melts if you heat it, the rubber expands if you stretch it. And if I would like to elaborate zero conditional, zero conditional is used to present, we can say, general truth, the things which are real. Now come to first condition. In first condition, in subordinate clause, present indefinite tense is used, but in principal clause, future indefinite tense is used. Or we can say with will, shall, can, may, we make use of V1, first form of verb. As the example is in front of you, if you run fast, you will win the race. If you run fast is subordinate clause because this sentence starts with conjunction. You will win the race, and subordinate clause is given in present indefinite. You will win the race, it is in future indefinite. I shall teach her, this is principal clause because the clause does not start with any conjunction. I shall teach her. As I told you, if the principal clause is in future indefinite, then the subordinate clause will be in present indefinite, as given in the example, if she comes. Other examples can be, if she works hard, she can be the topper. If they listen to the teacher, they can understand the concept clearly. These are some of the examples of conditional sentences in which present indefinite tense is used in subordinate clause and future indefinite tense is used in principal clause. I suppose present indefinite tense is clear to all of you, my dear students. Thank you.